Sedition, over the hill, Grand Sound, Baintown, from everywhere they're coming. They're the people's choice, the Saxon Superstars.
Hello? Who's in the morning?
Bruce!
Finish it.
Thank you so much to my amazing producers who reminded me that there was no sound all this time. I just want to say a special good evening to all of my organic Bahamians, and that is you, and that is any Bahamian who was born inside or outside of Bahamas to a Bahamian parent. That is our organic Bahamians. And so just want you to know that we are fighting for you, and that's what this is all about. But most of all, we are fighting for this nation, this beautiful gift that was given to us by God Himself. We are fighting for this. And we're fighting for all of us to enjoy this. And that includes our permanent residents who live here and love this country. We're fighting for you too. If you truly believe in this Bahamas and you don't want to see it destroyed by any outside influence, please stand with us. And that includes immigrants who have come here from anywhere and they've come legally and they belong here. We're fighting for all of us to be able to enjoy this country. So I want to say a special night to everyone in the Bahamas except illegal immigrants. It is time to get serious. It is time to change the game. While we love all persons, we are under attack. We are under a vicious attack. You can always tell when the government is involved. We went to Paradise Island a few days ago, and we had an interesting experience. We encountered some immigrants there, some immigrants who told us that they were very powerful and had powerful connections. And you can see that immediately, we got a response from the Minister of Immigration himself. Now, the response was full of lies, of course, but we got a response. How interesting is that? The minister did not respond when the MP for North Abaco talked about the crisis going on with illegal immigration in Abaco. The Minister of Immigration did not respond when the Member of Parliament for South Abaco talked about the crisis going on in South Abaco. He did not respond. When the Member of Parliament for North Eleuthera, Sylvanus Petty, cried out and said that there's a crisis here. But he found a reason to respond when one particular family made a call. I'm going to tell you exactly why that is. I don't understand why the Minister of Immigration would have the nerve to challenge you on facts and information. He implied to the whole country that I lied. Well, everyone who knows me by now knows I don't talk less And so, you see the real story behind the story, because all is documents. And so we're going to see the real story behind the story. So someone tag Keith Bell, because I don't want him to miss this. He didn't miss the last one. I want y'all to tag Keith Bell. Make sure he gets his cut up. Call Keith Bell for his beating. All right. Before we get there, I want to say a special good evening to everyone who is here. Thank you for being a part of this. Let me know you're here in your live. Please tag someone. They don't allow notifications to come from me anymore. Very few people still get notifications when I'm live, so most people don't know that I'm live. So tag your friends and family. Make sure that they're part of this. Double check your sound. I think the sound should be good. Someone said they messed with the sound. All right, so we'll see exactly what happens here. All right, so thank you all for joining. Make sure to tag your friends. This is messing with live. Remember, we are broadcasting live. You can get it on Facebook or you can get it on YouTube. You can see whichever is better for you. And remember, you can't see the comments. The comments have been disappearing from Facebook for some strange reason. And so we set it up so that the comments are appearing right on the side of your screen. In order to see it, the best way to see it is to turn your phone sideways. So if you have a good size phone, you'll be able to see it, all right? And you'll see the comments from everywhere, from on YouTube, Facebook, everything in one place. And that's why we use this expensive technology. So I want to start here. I want to start here for all of my people who have been supporting, and all of those people who are ready for a new Bahamas. Listen, I want to start here. This news media house decided to sell its soul. You can tell that the story was fake because of the way they did it. I was trying to upload the video of this news story from them because it was shocking and laughable. They talked about me. I don't know how I could get this up here quickly for you. We're trying to upload it, but it was uploading very slowly. So we don't know what's going on there. But in any event, you saw the news story. They put a news story on Eyewitness News, basically saying that the minister was saying that I call this a Haitian shanty town. And so, whereas I sometimes like to play with words, I clearly in this video, and he said that because I was calling it a shanty town, it has some risk. It could cause people to not want to come to Paradise Island anymore because I called it a shanty town. That is absolutely not the truth. And the fact that the people at that news station watch the live, which was named Shocking Haitian Village on Paradise Island, that is what I called it, straight to. I did not call it a shanty town. I'm going to play that for you so that we can see the facts. Let me see if I can share the screen to get you to see this better. I'm gonna play that for you so you can see the facts. I was trying to upload the video so we can see it better. But I was shocked at Eyewitness News that they would print, publish a story that was an absolute lie. I was shocked that they were attacking me in that way. That was shocking. I understand why they did it. I may get into that later, or I may not. But let me share the screen and show you exactly what I said. I said, I would have caused people to not visit there. The truth is, I actually talked about this as a beautiful place. I didn't talk about it anti-down. I described it. I said, this is a beautiful place where all Bahamians would want to live. That's how I described it. Oh, 1 second. Let me see if I can pull this out. Let's get that out there. All right. Perfect. Let me get back in. I described this as a beautiful place. And that is how deceitful new medias are who have sold their soul. I guess, what's his name? Theo Seeley now wants one of those jobs like Juan McCartney and everyone else is getting. So I guess he sold this to get one jobs. Jobs given out like crazy. So I see him and someone else in that station. They are campaigning for a job, I guess, because the story was clearly lies and deception, and there was zero truth to it. Let me play this for a second See if we can get to it. Share my screen. I don't know if you're gonna hear this or turn it up, see how that works. You can hear it. So just so you know, right there where you saw me beckoning to some persons there, I was about to turn the camera and walk the other way, and there were some persons who live in that neighborhood who were actually standing there, and I didn't want them to be showed on camera, so I was beckoning to them to move away, to move, so that I could turn the camera in that direction because I didn't want them on the camera so that they get any backlash. And so I said it's important because I heard some people talking about trespassing on private property, which is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, let's continue. So I can turn the camera in. Ready? There's no sound. Okay. I'm sorry. Everyone is saying there's no sound. I am. Stop sharing. I'm sorry. We were trying to download the video so make sure that you can hear it. But I'm so sorry. There is no sound there. That's what people are saying. But clearly, you can go and watch the video. In the video, you can. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So thank you all for assisting me. Basically, you can hear in there where I call it a beautiful place. Okay. I'm sorry. You can hear where I call it a nice place. That a lot of people would want to live here. And what I did was I went to the door of those persons living in Villa 3. And I knocked on the door and I started asking questions. And you would see the report, again, this lying report done by Theo Seeley and, of course, the head of the news station. And they said that I went there accusing me. I also saw Louis Georgia sharing a video where they're saying that I said that I were accusing these people of squatting. What I said on Michelle Malcolm's show, they didn't show the beginning of what I said. They just showed me saying that I didn't say it was squatting. I went and asked questions. That was the second part of what I had said. I literally said that I asked questions based on their answers. I came to results. One, I asked them how they had come to live, if they had owned the building, et cetera, et cetera. And I asked her if she was squatting, and she actually, at first she admitted, and then afterwards she said that she didn't know means. All right. But I made comments to her after asking her questions. That is what I did on Paradise Island. She indicated that she did not have any, what do you call it, any immigration status. And so I spoke to her based on that. That's her confession. I don't think people are going to confess to being a criminal because because landing and being in the country without any status is a criminal offense in this country. It's a criminal offense. And so if the woman says, listen, I'm a criminal, and if I say call afterwards, and that's on her. All right? And so we do not believe that she have any status because of all of the mix-up things that was being said at that time. All right? Keith Bell outright came out and lied and said that I called it a shanty town. At no point did I call that a shanty town. He also said that the people have status. That's shocking to me, for him to say that those people have status. He said that they were born here. But notice what they didn't do. Show any proof. This is the 21st century. And what we want to see is paper or some other kind of evidence, video evidence, audio evidence, some kind of evidence. We want to see evidence. You don't just come in a coat suit, you just say something and think that we are Grammy, then we're just going to believe it. Oh, the man in the coat suit said that they have status. We just believe him. The man in the coat suit can't lie because he has a coat suit on and he's the minister. Listen, this is not the 60s, 70s, or 80s. This is a new generation. And we don't believe in that we can see. So we just want to make that clear to Keith Bell. He said that the man had paperwork. He was documented. The man said he had no passport. So he was born here, but he was not documented. That's what the man said in an interview with a fake interview where he seemed to be being led. I wanted to play the interview to show you how demonic it was. It was taking long to upload. The woman also said she had no documents. So how could she then have documents according to Keith Bell? First he said they had documents, then he said they had applied. That's the problem. Did they apply or do they have documents? Which one is it? And so for the man who doesn't speak our language very well, who said he was born here, he also was led to say that he owns the building. And this is where we go to the next step. The man says that he owns the building, but he was led to say that. He was talking to Theo Seeley about being arrested, suspected for drugs, etc., and they arrested him and they checked his status, and he was able to show them that he has status. He showed them his papers. So Theo Seeley then said, "Oh, so you were able to show them that you have papers for this building, that you own this building?" And then he responded, "Yes." Now he was talking about immigration papers. Theo Seeley then used it as an opportunity to twist the truth and make it seem like this man owned the building, so Lincoln lied, which is what the objective was. It was kind of a gotcha moment. And so we're going to get them. I put it to you that he doesn't own that building. When y'all hear what really was going on with that building, for those buildings, y'all will be shocked. First and foremost, they talked about what I did there, and they sent someone on the scene to my auntie, I think her name is, to ask me questions out there. But when I answered the question the way I answered, they realized that they messed up. And so they didn't play news. Because she asked me, basically what right I have to be there. Do I think that I was trespassing, et cetera, et cetera. Now, this place that we went to is a public place. There's a place that you have, what kind of? It has public access. Okay? And so let me pull up Google Earth so you could really see what's going on there. Let me pull up Google Earth for you so you could see what's going on there. Earth. Okay, perfect. I'm going to pull up Google Earth for you. I want you to see this from above to see really what's going on and why I call this a Haitian village. So I'm going to let you see this. Because they say I was trespassing. I don't know if it be trespassing if it's a... So it's a property where several kind of cottages are. They're condominiumized but separate. All right, so they're not like an apartment kind of condominiumized or building, but each person has their own building, and that's theirs, but they share this general kind of property. And then there's walkways that everyone has access to. And so we walked on those walkways. We didn't go in the backyard of that specific villa where those persons were, or anything like that. Let's Google Earth acting so slow. And so we access that, and the neighbors had no problem with us being there. Only I think someone with criminal intent would have a problem with us being there. And so let me share a screen so you'll see Google Earth. I want you to see this carefully. You know, I like to break things down. I don't like to just say things. I like you to see for yourself, because we're not looking for those kinds of followers who follow blindly. We're looking for those kind of followers who want to come here to learn how to research for themselves and who can see for themselves. It's a different kind of movement. It's a different kind. It's not kind of movement with the people and then would just say, just do what we say. Just listen to us. Don't question nothing we say. No. It's a different crew. This is an educated crew. This is a smart crew. This is a crew that is learning what's really going on in their country. So here, I'm sharing my screen. And this is beautiful. Beautiful. And on the tip of it is Paradise Island. Yeah, they don't even listen. They don't y'all on the beach on Paradise Island. So y'all don't have no parking space to even go and enjoy the beach. They're straight Bahamians. I was working over there, and we were kind of encouraged to harass the young men out there on the beach. And I never did that. They treat us with indifference as Bahamians about being over there. Now they are vendors. Sorry, they don't want our people there. But Lord have mercy, they got some other people there. And y'all just hang with me and come there this way. So this is the one and only Ocean Club. This Ocean Club parking lot in the back. This is the entrance to Ocean Club. This is the gate in the back where the staff goes. So sometimes you see car park, and this is the road that leads to it. Just so this is the road, and this is the duck pond right here. So this is the road that you go. If you go this way, you'll go to Atlantis, guys here, and this one is the end that goes to Ocean Club. And so right here is the villa where those live, where those immigrants live. See, right there. That's where those immigrants live. They have this, they have a backyard, there's a pool, right? You see it's black. You can see other pools are blue, but this one is black. So this is the building where they live. So it's a nice size building. And so this is where they were. So this is where we walked, and they started that video. We were right about here somewhere around here. We were right here because we were talking to neighbors around, and then we asked them to walk away so I could walk and show their face. And so in these right here, we heard this, but we came here because we were informed that they were right there, they were at home. The door where you saw me trying to open and the fella came and he locked it, that's right here. So you see there's a black pool in there too. All right, there's no electricity and water in these. And so I told that there are multiple illegal immigrants, and I was told that one time they come here and raid and find a lot of immigrants in here. They lock. They have access to all of this. All right, and this, and we're told, I'm not going to point them out yet, that there are two right over here where they live in. One of them has a glass door to the front, looks almost like a business, but it's not. The other one has like this African-looking type situation, and when you see it, you'll know it. But we still doing investigations on that side. That's why I call it a Haitian village, because of what's going on. This house right here, I think this is the yellow one, also had that kind of situation. All right. So that's why I call it a Haitian. If they want to accept that, they can or they cannot. I never called this. I wasn't saying that this was shanty town. I didn't call it shanty town during that video, because it's not a shanty town, except they are living in this upscale neighborhood like it's a shanty town. So they're treating that as there's no electricity, et cetera, and that's how they're living. All right, and right behind it is another abandoned building that we are told that persons were squatting in. This building right here, they were squatting in, and you can see there's bush between it. All right, I'll leave that right there. But this is another abandoned right here. All right, that we're told that some persons drove up to it, and all they saw was heads, looking at them. All right, so this is where it is. These people live up the street. They don't even want you there. But someone put, I'm going to tell you the full story so you understand exactly what's going on. So that's alert. Let me stop sharing for a minute. Right. So they asked me if I was trespassing and all this nonsense, because they're just trying to have a narrative just to attack me. And I just want Eyewitness News to know that I did nothing that they didn't do. Eyewitness News, you went there and you asked questions. That's exactly what I did. You did a news story and you just made assertions against me without talking to me. You did a news story without talking to me. That never happens, and that's unethical. And you will learn when you're studying communications that you never do that. If you're doing a story on me, you should then question me and ask me. But you didn't do that. You made no attempt to contact me. You did a story that was meant to attack me. For whatever reason, I know you got instructions because of where you are. So I just want you to know that the same media license that Eyewitness News has to go and inform the people, for them to go there and knock on the door and question somebody, I have that exact same media license. I don't want to do things. All right? The same media license you have. This is a license from ERCA to Lincoln Bean. All right? The same media license Eyewitness News has, I have. I have a right to go anywhere the media can go. I have a right to do anything the media can do. This is an entire television station license I have. I can send anyone I want to send. I can go with a team, with a camera crew, and do whatever I want. I don't halfway do things. I am licensed to do so. I don't use the traditional media. Sorry, I don't use the traditional distribution system of Cable Bahamas, but I do a live broadcast at least once every single week. How can you question my right to go and question anybody? And so I just want to get that clear for you. That's documents, eh? I see y'all on, but you all see mine. All right? Now, let's get to the ownership. And so Theo Seeley and Eyewitness News allowed this man to lie on their station and say that he owned the building. Did everyone hear that? They allowed this man to lie. Lie and say he owned the building in their fake story that was meant to attack me. And so, we might have the story up. It took long to download. But let's see which one of the stories.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Janae Noel. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, a controversial live video posted on social media yesterday by the leader of the Coalition of Independents, Lincoln Bain, once again igniting public discourse. Now, during that 1-hour live video in which Bain at several points pointed his camera toward children. He suggested that Paradise Island is the latest community in the Bahamas to fall prey to illegal squatters, specifically according.
Hold on, wait. I pointed my camera towards persons. How could I be in front of the camera and behind the camera? I pointed the camera at children. In fact, the door was closed to, and all we could see was the woman. She, knowing our children were standing there, eventually opened the door for her children to come in view, and she knew that we were recording on camera. She expressed that, and she had no problem with that. At one point, she told her son to go record too. No children were showing. She opened the door. I can show you that. I'll let this story finish. But see, they're just trying to find anything to grab from that to try to get the public sympathy against us for fighting for this country. That's all I have a problem with. And so instructions were sent to the station, attack Lincoln. I'll get to that in a minute.
To Bain Haitians with no legal status. Now, while he did not offer any evidence to support his claim,
according to Bain, Haitians with no legal status. I went there and asked questions. That's what I did. The woman said she had no legal status. Not me. After she said she had no legal status, then I started to respond in that way. I didn't speak about her husband because she said he wasn't there already, although I already knew about him and knew that he was living there. She spoke about her legal status, but they're making it seem like I went to that village and attacked a woman saying she was illegal. How could I know if she's illegal or not? I asked questions.
James Artheo Seeley followed up with that family today that resides in an apartment complex on Paradise Island to hear their side of the story. Is it really a case of illegal squatting or a case of cultural xenophobia unfolding? He has the story in our top story.
So they went straight to the word xenophobia, which means the fear of other nationalities. That's what xenophobia means. So they went straight to that. I don't understand what the xenophobia is here. We have to protect our country and our nation. I appreciate ZNS News and I appreciate our news for the balanced stories that they did. Even after the protest, they actually played the portions of my speech where I said we are not against Haitians. We have shown them love over the years. But of course, Eyewitness News didn't show that. They only want to show a certain thing. I explained that we have taken care of them. We have educated them, their children. All right? We have let them use our hospitals. We have mended them when they were sick. We have birthed their children. Free. Don't have to pay for nothing. We've hired them, employed them. We've given them money. We have done everything we can for these people. I explained that we do not hate Haitians, that we love all of our fellow men. But they don't hear that. They just want you to sit down, bow down, and let these people take over your country. Because your government has been paid towards that. Because government officials are making money off this. And so when they pay a media house, you just sit down and let them take your country and you do nothing. Because if you say something, they're going to say that you are in the wrong, that you are evil, that you are wrong for trying to protect your country, that you are wrong for loving your country, that you are wrong for defending your country. I heard a political prostitute today on a show, his name is Rodney Manka, say that I am a Nazi, that we are Nazis. I heard it come out of his mouth. He says that we're repeating what happened with the Nazis. Let me give these people some history education. Rodney Manka, I know someone's going to send this to you. Rodney Bunker, I normally don't respond to political buffoons who are singing for their supper, which is what you are. But I'm going to respond to you today because you seem to not know what really happened with Nazism. Let me tell you who the Nazis were. The Nazis were people from one nation who were invading another nation. That's who the Nazis were. Not the people from that nation being invaded and defending themselves against the invasion of another nation. That's who the Nazis were. The Nazis, while invading our nations, were in their own home killing people. They were violent and killing people in their own nation. That sounds like those other people to me, not us. We are more like the Polish who were sitting down and helping and welcoming the Germans and trading with them and letting some of them move into our country, not knowing that they were moving in to be spies. We were like the French, letting the Germans, helping the Germans, like, oh, you just went through World War I and, you're suffering and you have a lot of people that are suffering and poor. Come on, man, we'll give you jobs. We'll help you. Come and live here. That's who the Nazis are. And there are different classes of people in their own country. Haiti's constitution has two different classes of Haitians. The Haitian and the Haitian of origin. I showed you that the last time I was live. We have two classes of people. The Haitian and the Haitian of origin. And the Haitian of origin has special privileges that the Haitian doesn't have. This sounds more like the Nazi to me. We are not invading anybody else. We are not looking for global dominance or to take over anyone else's land. All Bahamians want to be home. We want to be here. We don't want to go to no one else's country. Bahamians only move and get permission to do so because we have no hope at home. These Haitians are coming to our country now, not the ones from before, and acting like Nazis. This new group, we are under attack. Winston Churchill was warning Europe about Hitler. He warned them. But they were so busy doing trade with him and making money from him, they ignored everything. Oh, we making money from Germany. He said, but look at what he's buying. The stuff he's buying, he's going to use to get violent and take you over later. Yeah, you selling them metal. Yeah, you're selling them steel. Yeah, you're selling them weapons. What's going on there? And Europe said, hey, Hitler, you look at you buying a lot of weapons. No, we just need to arm our police force because we got to protect our internally. Oh, see? Come on, man. Leave Hitler alone. Leave Hitler alone. And they started to defame Winston Churchill, call him a drunkard and say all kind of negative things about him because he was getting in the way of their money. They call him everything in the book, defamed him. You know what they do politically. And they didn't listen. And then he was pushed out. Politically, he was nothing until Hitler struck. Then they wanted the man to come back to be prime minister. The old man, the old drunkard, because they didn't listen to him. We are not the Nazis. We are the victims. We are the neighboring countries that are being overrun. We now have Haitian immigrants bullying Bahamians, taking their land violently. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Boy, I can't wait for you to see what we experienced today. Going to another Haitian village. Yes, I've been to another Haitian village. So eyewitness knows I've been on private property again. Eh? This is our country. This is my land. If you don't like it, too bad. We are in crisis. Let me let you hear the rest of this fake story.
Leader of the Coalition of Independents, Lincoln Bain, walked onto private property on Paradise Island yesterday with a mobile phone broadcasting live on social media as he accused a family of illegally squatting and interrogated a woman who told him that she and her family had every right to be there. Now, her husband was not at home at the time of the incident, but he was there today, and he told us since last night his entire family has been in turmoil.
Boss, to be honest with you, right now I can't think straight. My head's spinning. And I wasn't sleeping for the whole night.
He says this isn't the first time that he and his family have come under attack.
You know what this remind me of? Remember when they had the Haitian on the crown land and he was trying to imply something with me with the gun, trying to say he was there when he wasn't there. And they did the video and they told him to cry and he's like, oh, bad man, oh, I am so. That's what that reminds me of. Like he was just coached to say certain things. Like, oh, I couldn't see. If this been happening to you, this been happening. People have been concerned. Ocean Club has been complaining about the persons who come and occupy those buildings. They even say that they were even accusing them of stealing stuff, breaking in and all kinds of stuff. I'm not saying it's particularly it's you, but there's different people who go in and out of those buildings. You all know that. I can tell you all what's going on, the truth about those buildings in a minute. Yes, Ocean Club been complaining. The neighbors been complaining. But I'll get to that.
It's worse.
What makes it worse?
Because he put that on social media and we have Haitian a shanty town over Paradise Island, all type of things.
Is it a Haitian shanty town?
No, sir. Because I live there with me, my wife, and my 4 children.
Cutting to the meat of it, here's where he.
As you can see, they told him to say that because if he'd watched the video, he would know that I said Haitian village. But see, that's their talking point. So they told him to go in there and say that, oh, I called it a Haitian shanty town. And you can see the narrative that Theo Seeley is pushing, the same narrative Keith Bell was pushing, et cetera, et cetera. So instead of saying that, yeah, some Haitians are over there, and we're going to address this, they decided to say, oh, he lied and said it was a shanty town. He's a liar.
The problem arises.
From a year ago, we have a new neighbor moving there. Since he came there, that things start happening.
The interviewee claims that he is not an undocumented migrant and has lived in the home on Paradise Island since 2014. He says he was born in the Bahamas, but has not attained a passport as yet. That would make him an alien without status, stateless, and his children, all minors, are the same. He says the last time he was ambushed at his home, he was accused of dealing drugs and illegally squatting.
I went to the police station, do my report, then when I get there, and they asked me for all the legal documents and stuff like that, I bought them, and that stopped from them.
So you were able to prove that you have rightful ownership of the property?
Yes, sir.
So a few big questions remain today.
Do you see that? I'm going to pull back a little bit. One more time. Listen to that conversation again right there. Watch
and
this.
Stuff like that. I bought them, and that's
home. He was accused of dealing drugs and illegally squatting.
I went to the police station, do my report, then when I get there, and they asked me for all the legal documents and stuff like that, I bought them, and that stopped from them.
So you were able to prove that you have rightful ownership of the property?
Yes, sir.
So a few.
The man said he was able to prove that he has legal ownership of the property. At that point, a real reporter would have said, can you show me any documentation to prove that? But did he do that? No. Did he ask him for a birth certificate? No. Did he ask him for any proof of anything? No. Which means this is a propaganda story. I'm teaching you how to identify this stuff because there's more to come. This was the worst news report in the history of this country. How could a man tell you he showed the police documentation to prove that he had legal ownership of a building, but you say, can I see those documents? No, you just let this man tell you that, and let a man with a thick Asian accent tell you he was born here. That's it. I also spoke to the police before I went over there, who have the understanding that it was a drug dealer trying to take over this property, and that his lawyer was none other than Philip Brave Davis and co. Stay tuned for that. That is why they were locked up and suspected for drugs. Didn't you hear that the police felt like they were squatting, that they were doing drugs, etc., there? Not me. So the police was xenophobic? Or they had some kind of information that caused them to look into this? Well, stay tuned. Documents coming. But let me let you see the rest of the fake story.
Questions remain today on that list. Why would somebody enter the private property of somebody else making such heavy allegations? And then there's...
Why would somebody enter the private property of somebody else making such heavy accusations? Coming and asking questions the same way that Theo Seeley did is making heavy accusations. Can you see the evil here?
The next big question, which I put to my interviewee today: are there any undocumented migrants currently living on that property?
No, sir. I get me and my wife and the 4 children. My 4 children were born here.
And he says he works here legally. So then I pushed the conversation a little further.
You were born here?
Yes, sir.
Your children were born and raised here?
Yes, sir.
Why do you think that these constant attacks are coming against you?
Why didn't he ask him if your wife was born here? Do you see how they're playing the tricks? This is what the media does. Why didn't he ask him if his wife was born here? Yeah, we believe the children were born here. We do not believe that he was born here, and we do not believe that his wife was born here. But he would, at that point, should have said, okay, where's your birth certificate? Where's anything? But no, they were trying to spin the story intentionally.
Well, why can I say it? Because we're Haitian. And he said clearly, Haitians shouldn't be living in Paradise Island.
The interviewee suggested it's nothing.
That man just said that I said that Haitians shouldn't be living on Paradise Island. I never said that. Haitians can live anywhere they want in the world. Haitians go live in the White House if they want to. You just have to be here legally and belong there. If Haitians want to go live life a key, they go live life a key. I never said those words. But if you are here illegally, you shouldn't be anywhere. I don't even want you in our prison. Get out of our country because you don't belong here. I don't want you in our prison to be feeding you 3 meals a day, etc., etc. Get out of our country and come the right way.
Nothing short of cultural xenophobia.
Cultural xenophobia is a social psychological phenomenon that we see.
So they went into all about describing and defining cultural xenophobia. This is what a news station in this country did. Because Bahamians decided that we need to look in to see what's going on. If more Bahamians were looking to see what was going on in the Shannon and Abaco, they wouldn't have developed 500 extra acres on the farm and 1,000 extra acres off the S.C. Boodle Highway. The mud and pigeon pea wouldn't have gotten to where it is. They are focusing on the wrong thing. This is not about xenophobia. This is Bahamaphobia. Because we have people in our own authority and in our own media who hate Bahamians. And whenever Bahamians stand up for them and what is theirs, they're afraid of them. They are afraid of Bahamians becoming all that they can be. They're afraid of Bahamians being first class in this country. That is what they're afraid of. They're afraid of you. That's why they keep their foot on your necks. Evil people.
from one group may have a fear of persons from another group and can sometimes look at those that come from other groups with a sense of dismay or wariness.
That's Associate Professor of Sociology at the University of the Bahamas, Dr. Nyambi Hall Campbell-Dean. She agrees Bahamians and Haitians have lived side by side in country with lots of contention for years now. It's a tumultuous relationship, which she says can be quite dangerous, but it's a situation that she says can be easily addressed.
When we look at the issue of Haitians and Bahamians in the Bahamas specifically, we have to address that within the context of racism, within the context of white supremacy, understanding that our cultures are really more alike than they are unalike, and that there are different social factors that lead to the differences between us, but that if we just sort of embrace our history, we would realize that those differences really unite us more than they divide us.
So here's what.
Listen, hold on. Jesus. I don't fear any Haitian. I lived in Haiti for 2 years because I don't fear them. It worked for me. I don't fear anyone. But how are you going to tell me, that same woman, this is what I want to ask her, professor of whatever she is. If someone comes in your home in the middle of the night and they go in your daughter's room and take up residence in your daughter's room, probably push them out of the bed, put their clothes in the closet, start using the bathroom, is that about fair, even though you should fear this invasion? Is that about fair? Do you think it is fair for you to say that that is about fair when we are being invaded by illegal invaders, by criminals? Let me tell you something. I don't know if you've ever been to Haiti, but our culture and Haiti's culture is nothing alike. There is zero similarities between the culture of the Bahamas and Haiti. Zero. Our language is not alike. Our music is not alike. The only thing the same about us is that they are black from Africa for the most part, and we are black from Africa for the most part. But in terms of our culture, our food, the way we do things, the way we operate, our culture is not the same. But it doesn't matter. People with different cultures are welcome in the Bahamas. The Bahamas are the most loving, welcoming people, and that's why we're getting taken advantage of. It doesn't matter if our culture is different. We don't bother them. You want pitlis, I want coleslaw. You want a grill, I want jerk. Sorry, yeah, you want what you call the thing? Griot, I want jerk. You like carnival, I like Jankano. Your music don't sound like my music. I don't deal with situations the same way you do. We are not the same culture. I don't care how mad Brave Davis get us, or I shouldn't call his name, any prime minister get us, we ain't gonna kill them. But we can politically juke them up to pieces at the polls. We're not going to cut off our nose to spite our face. We ain't going to destroy our whole country, shut the whole thing down and destroy people and start kidnapping poor people and killing them. And listen, Bahamians ain't going to kidnap no NGOs who come here to help us. That ain't our culture. Our criminals don't kidnap. Listen, we ain't gonna be looking after nobody. That is not our culture. The culture of a businessman in Haiti, this is what I learned, is that you will be kidnapped and you have to have some money on the side. So when you kidnap, your people could pay it so you could get out. That's a part of the culture that you understand. I probably was the first and only businessman in Haiti who didn't get kidnapped. And that's God was protecting me. That's the culture. That is our culture. When the government say they can raise gas prices, we ain't gonna start blowing up the gas stations and burning them down and killing people on the streets and doing that kind of stuff. That ain't our culture. That ain't us. Anyway, let me continue. And then the last part of the story, he said he could sue me. Boy, if you don't, you better get out of my country talking stupidness, but you will sue. So he said he owned the building. I have a serious problem with that. And that's what Theo Seeley put out there. You see the thing about media and why they need to be accurate? Just trying to watch the time. The reason the media needs to be accurate is because in other countries and in other times, media reports are used to determine history. If you want to determine what was the mindset of the people in a certain day and what was really going on, you go and look at old newspaper clippings from that day. Even down in ancient Rome, newspaper clippings, old writings, etc., to see what was really happening. And that's why news is supposed to be accurate and unbiased, because it is to be used as a marker in history. You can't do that with our news today. When I say that, I mean news in the Bahamas today, because they twist and make up stories and lies that you don't even know what is the truth or what really happened. I want to share all these documents. Oh man, there's so much documents. There's so much documents. Jesus. Okay, let me show some stuff and move them as I go. Let me see if these will come up. Let me start pulling up documents and seeing what I seen in front of me. Okay, what's this right here? All right, so small. So the company that was used to buy, to purchase these buildings, etc., is a company with a funny name. It's called Agrichar. That's AGBRETCHAR Investment Company Limited. And so this was the company, it was known to be the company of Fritz Stubbs. All right, Fritz Stubbs is a Cat Island man, a close friend of Philip Brave Davis. All right, and so they did a lot of things together. And so that's the name of the company. Abrechar Investment. Now they interchange how they spell it. Sometimes they spell it with an AR and N. Sometimes they spell it with an ER and N. So you just have to be careful for that if you're doing your actual research. And so we have a document here that shows all of the transactions. First, I want to show you before the Haitians took over the building. This is how it looked when they took it over. So here's the building when they took it over. So we take a picture of a picture. So yeah. That's how the building looked when they took it over. So it was a really nice place. See, it had a pool, and the pool was blue. And it was nice. See there? This is how they live in. This is how they live in, y'all. I know the picture sideways. I'm sorry. But this is how they live in. So the Scots, the pool is destroyed now. But this is how they was living when they took that over. This is right here. This is right here. So see the wall right there. So bedrooms. This is when they took it over. There you go. So it's a nice place. All right. So this is how it was. Now, this property was bought from initially. That's number 3 right there, and number 5. They were bought from an American, and we have all the documents, even down from America. We have all the screenshots of all of that. How much time I got to go into all this? But this was bought from an American company, and it was bought with a private mortgage. So a lot of the sales that happen in this world is from private mortgages. They don't go to banks. They deal with private mortgages. And so you notice you never see certain people in the bank sitting on in the couch waiting to get a loan. They don't go through all that. They do a private mortgage, and you pay something down, and then you just keep paying or doing whatever you have to do afterwards. And so this company was originally bought. Sorry, the building was originally bought from Desmond Investments Limited. All right. And so that's when they originally bought it. And they gave them a loan on this building until they paid it off. And it was paid off very quickly. So again, we have all of the documents related to it. We have some screenshotted, but these are some documents related to the original purchase of this building. All right, stay tuned. We're gonna get somewhere with all this. I think we could post this somewhere. All right. So as you can see, the stamp says New York. If you look carefully, yeah, see right there, New York in the stamp. All right, so that's where the people were from who originally sold this building to Fritz. Fritz used companies to hold his buildings, and then he would, just let the people in charge of doing his business hold the companies. I gotta pull this up so y'all can see this. Just give me one sec. I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see the legal documents of this company so y'all could see. So I'm making some space here to put some more documents up there. I want y'all to see this. This is a big story, y'all. Let me pull this one up. Where is it? There we go. Zap. Okay. So these are all of the documents, all of the transactions with those companies and what happened with them. But let me tell you the story. Pull it up. Let me tell you the story. Fritz got these buildings, and then he got mortgages on them. All right. He fell back on these mortgages, and so eventually he got sick. And a Haitian drug dealer named Jay, the Haitian drug dealer, decided that he was going to buy these buildings. So he did a transaction first with one of them, and he paid over $400,000 to Davis and Co. Yes, the Prime Minister's law firm, Davis and Co. And he was supposed to pay, we are told, up to $900,000, but he didn't get to pay it because he went to Haiti. He was a Haitian drug dealer, and he was executed in Haiti. They killed him in Haiti. And so he didn't get to finish paying it. And so he never really bought it. So it couldn't be conveyed to anyone outside of Abrekcha, the company. All right? It's named after Agatha. I think that's an auntie of Fritz, and Brett is one of the sons of Fritz, and Char, I don't remember what the Char is for. All right? But the Haitian drug dealer died. Now you're gonna start to see as this story is uncovered, so much people involved with this started to die that it would blow your mind. So the Haitian drug dealer came on board. He paid some money, but didn't pay the rest of the money. But in the meantime, after he didn't put some money in Davis and Co., he started letting Haitians be in there. Why were they in there? We believe that this is where they started to deal with drugs, to use it as a safe house, to be able to hide drugs, etc. We believe that this is when it was used as a safe house to be able to bring persons in as they were transitioning, when they just reached or when they were here for a period of time before they moved to Miami or wherever else they want to go. We believe that they hid all kinds of paraphernalia here. That is what we believe. And so there were several directors. There were several directors. I want to pull these documents up, but it's so small. Let me see. There were several directors involved with this whole thing. And there are several other buildings on Paradise Island that we have the documents here for, including in Sunrise. And so we have documents for other buildings, including in Sunrise and some other places. If we have time, I'll get to that. I'll touch some stuff on Sunday. All right. So these are actual conveyances. Look at them. Yeah, all of these are, this is a conveyance. So Lawrence, whatever, and whatever to Abrakcha Investment Company Limited. So these are conveyance, all right, that show that this went to Abrakcha. And the fella J, this right here is the documents for the company search. I hope you can see this good. Let's look at this good. This is a company search we did for Abrakcha Investments Company Limited. It's register number 34344. Registered office agent, Davis and Co. All right, Davis and Co. Date of incorporation is in 87, and then the capital, and it has who the initial shareholders was. Denaria Butler, Debbie Gilbert, Tootsie Hunter, Marlene Lavina Poitier. Anyone know that name? Marlene Lavina Poitier and Patricia Gilbert. Now, Marlene Lavina Poitier, it's the second from the last one. You will know. See, Keith Bell, when you come for me, you all should know I just sit back hard. And you all should know when I finish this, I got more. But I can take it so far today. Miss Poitier, as you know, was allegedly the same person that was a part of remember the case against Brave Davis with the Whitefish brothers, where they said that someone in his office held the shares, like you just put people from his office to hold shares when he formed companies. And so if something happened to the person, all of a sudden the shares go to Brave. That seems to be Brave's MO in so many instances. And so many times people have dealings and then they just die. If you believe you could die, or you don't want to die, don't deal with Brave at his law firm. That's just my opinion based on the stuff I'm seeing. And so that person, they say, was the person on the Whitefish Brothers situation where Brave Davis allegedly stole $100 million. We've shown you documentation for all this before, so I'm not going to pull it up again, from the Whitefish Brothers. And that money was helping fund the Progressive Liberal Party. Okay? And eventually Brave was offering to pay them off with our crown land. I wanted to pull up pictures, etc., but this Fritz, when he was younger, though. That's Fritz when he was younger. All right? There's so much with this. There's a lot of directors, a bunch of them who died, including Fritz's brother, including Fritz's son. Fritz's wife was stabbed 17 times in 2012. 17 times. They left her for dead, but she survived. At the time, Fritz was registered as an ambassador. They just printed in the papers that that a woman on Bougainvillea Avenue was stabbed 17 times. Y'all awake? I hope you're awake. So the drug dealer, and of course, Brave was the law firm of drug dealers. So the drug dealers took this over. He never really got to finish paying because he died, and that's where the complication came in. So this should go back to the family of Fritz, shouldn't it? But to this day, the family has been fighting. Fritz has a son who's been fighting. He has a wife who's been fighting. I'm not getting in who whatever should go to. Not my business. But Fritz had lots and lots of properties. All right. And as you can see, this is a long list of properties. Each one of these is a property. Each one of these, there's a long list of properties. This man had property in Eleuthera, a bunch of buildings around here. Each one of these is a property. Each one of these is a property. You see? He had a long list. Oh, I could have just put it on the screen. I'm sorry. A long list of properties. Yeah? But it was being controlled. Fritz somehow died. The son died. The wife survived. Many of the directors died. I should call their names. I can save some. Because there's many people who are involved with this, and you should hear the names that are involved with this. And so there seems to be these kinds of scandals going on all around. So the property, again, you see that the company is as Berkshire, and the property is in, and this is where the property was conveyed as Berkshire, and it also got, see, let me see. The property was bought for, let me see. Oh, the pocket. He put a mortgage on the property for $200,000. So he wanted $200,000 from Imperial Life. That's turned into Kalina later. So Imperial Life, he got a mortgage on this property because he owned the property. See here? I have a digital, but so much documents. All right, he got a mortgage on the property from Imperial Life that turned into Kalina for $200,000. And this is a Berkshire thing. And you can see it says Villa number 3. Make sure y'all see that good. Right here. So right there. Villa number 3. Ocean Villas. All right. So that's the exact villa that we went to and knocked on the door. So obviously, I know the real owner. And obviously, if the real owner asks me to knock on the door, am I really trespassing on private property? I got papers. Haitian man, Keith Bell. Do you have papers? Let me read it. To that Berkshire Investment make oath and say that I was present and saw the company affixed to the amended indenture mortgage dated the 29th day of March 2001 by Marlene Poitier, president of the said company, and that I saw the said Marlene Poitier sign, execute, etc., etc. So Marlene is the lady from Brave Davis and Co., who was made the president of Berkshire, however you pronounce it, which is Fritz Company. So did Brave tell those Haitians to go in there? So the dispute apparently is between Brave people and the family. Because just like the Whitefish brothers say, listen, we want our things, and Brave was playing crazy. That's what's happening with all these properties, apparently. So the drug dealer wife, who was his girlfriend at the time, reportedly, is claiming she has a right to it, the Haitian drug dealer. Brave Davis, them holding on to things, and the family saying, why y'all doing this? Y'all know that's how daddy thinks. The more we investigate what's going on in this country, the more sickened I am. Keith Bell, if you is man, I dare you to call my name again. I dare you to call me a liar again. If you's man, because we ain't on to 1% of the papers. So there's papers here for number 5, there's papers here for number 3, and there's papers here for other villas on Paradise Island. Who y'all got in them? Who are y'all protecting? And why? That is the question. Keith Bell, don't do that again. Because then we got the start of a conversation about that fire that happened in your house while you were in law school. I think you want to start with that. I have files on all of y'all. Stop while y'all ahead. And so, so much I want to show you all, but let me tell you something. I think I can leave that right there. Yeah, I can leave that right there for the day. But like I said, we have documents on much more of what's happening on Paradise Island. It's a shame. It's an absolute disgrace. Brave Davis' name always caught up in these stuff. Always. And so you see documentation. The company search, Brave Davis and Co., the Haitian drug dealer. It's your country, man. I passing through. This thing ain't making much sense. So, baby, y'all have decided y'all go federal. I'm going to open the phone lines now. I open the phone lines. I'm going to call a different number tonight. So if they have permission to be in there, Keith, I dare you to say who gave them permission to be in there. did Philip Brave Davis put these Haitians on Paradise Island while they kicking the people off Cabbage Beach, while they breaking down the homes, the domes in Abaco, while they harassing Bahamians on our crown land in Carmichael Road, Macquarie Road. Brave Davis got them living up. You see, I asked her the question with Brave, what she do? She laugh. Remember? I just go for the documents. So I just do. And that was just a teaser. Phone line is open. Let's have a conversation. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And then let's go from there. That's a shot over the bow. Trust me. And I want Keith Bell to come for me again. Keith Bell, all we want from you is to do your job. That's all we want. Do your job. We tired suffering. The phone number is 804-4264. 804-4264. Let's go directly to the phone lines. Good afternoon, you're live. Good afternoon.
I can't understand for the life of me why they hate their own Bahamian people.
Yes, Bahamaphobia.
My thing is, I applied for Crown Land in Andros and in Abaco, more than one. I can't get an acre.
Wow.
I can't get a piece of property to open a business. I live here in Nassau, and this is what they're doing. Locking people up. You see all them people they send down there to lock y'all up on the farm?
Yep, they send the whole military down there, but can't send one to Lutra or Abaco.
No, they have immigration on all those islands. What are they doing? Nothing.
Wow.
It appears to me, when it comes to Haitian, they are to stand down. But when it comes to Bahamian, they attacking their nieces, nephews, cousins, brothers, sisters, and neighbors. Their own people. They can't tell them people, listen, I'm not going, I'm not doing it. Because these are my people. Nobody wants to stand up to the Prime Minister. Nobody wants to stand up to the ministers.
Wow.
No, man. They got to get out of Parliament. It's our taxpayers' money that's paying them to fly around the world and look good and drink caviar and drink wine.
Wow.
They won't break the backs of the Bahamian people. Oh, they taxing us left, right, and center. But these people, you ever see the line with the money going out the country, and they wouldn't put a tax on those people?
Wow.
So much Filipinos here. So much different nations are here. What is immigration here for? You ever drive down Shirley Street before you reach the Hawkins Hill and see the sovereignty property of Haiti, where those people go to their, Shaja, the fair?
Yep.
Oh, okay then. You all better wake up in this country because I am tired. I am tired. And like I said this afternoon, Wayne Monroe, all of a sudden, he don't know the law no more. People are ashamed of Brave Davis and what he is doing to no, they're not his people. What he is doing to the Bahamian people.
Wow.
Correction. Because it's obvious they're not for us. And it's obvious they want to pull down this country. Wake up, Bahamian, wake up. I'm waiting for you to make the call, and me and my family will be there.
Yep. We bringing out the tents and the sleeping bags and all that. We getting ready to make a move. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. We have to make a move because these people coming in by the tray loads. Two boats just been in 2 days ago on Monday or so. They, Defense Force, nothing stopping them. They family letting them in. You go in the hospital. They family serving them. You go in the court. You go in the police station. You all better wake up.
Wow.
Good night.
All right. Good night. Someone's trying to call just now. We lost that call. I'm going to share one more video. and this video is sickening. Y'all gotta see this before y'all go. Don't leave yet. Y'all gotta see this video. I can take 2 more calls and I can play that video and take more calls. Good afternoon, you're live.
Yes, calling on the show. But what I don't like with this government, I had some calls today. I saw a video was done live from Canada and everything. I mean, the lady, she knows a lot of cussing, but everything she said was true, and a lot of people was agreeing with her. Yeah, I had a friend of mine call me today from the States, and they've been living in the States for years now. He's been living in the States for about 25 years, 30 years, and he was saying, man, so much behemoths are watching and so concerned about the illegal immigration problem.
Yeah.
And what he was telling me, he said, man, you all need to watch out, man, because some people, they vicious. You know, when you see me see what they do to their own in Haiti and everything. And the words is, you know, the high-powered weapons I can hear in the shanty town. So we're bringing these high-powered weapons for the show and bringing it to on animals. You know? So as I looked at that too, like the lady said, the last caller said, you know, it's like they're trying to break it in and people's heart. These people, they are the ones who are xenophobic. They're xenophobic towards their own. And that's how I see it. I so can't wait to see the effect going from around here. You know, it's like, and another thing what I'm upset with, when you we have information showered for our bar, the humans, they don't stay here in mind party colors. More, you know, I was out to the Prime Minister's office on to stand up and make our voice heard. I think, you know, more people should have came out. You know, being when people sit down too much, like I said to someone in one chat group, and they say, oh, the immigration going to get out of hand. I said, when the clarity calls go out, everyone needs to start thinking about no party politics. All of us can be affected by this.
Yeah.
All of us, on every rock and key. You know? And it's like, you know, like what Steve McKinney said today, it's like they're trying to annex the Bahamas. These people, listen, these Haitian people, let me tell you something, they only want to be behemoths when it's convenient for them to be so. You know, they fly. Guess what? All of them were born here. I don't care what. From what I learned from the Constitution more and more every day, but the Haitian Constitution, these people tied to Haiti. They need to send them back. All of them documents need to be null and void and revoked. You know, them people need, and their children too need to be passed up and said, oh, we need to be, you see what the new British Prime Minister is doing? What he said in Parliament? We need to take a page out of the book and we need to do the same thing now.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you for your call. I see another caller was trying to get in. I'll get him. Then I can play another video. Just get him because I don't want to cut it short. It's another video y'all got to see. What's really been going on. You know, as they flashing them documents on the screen for y'all to see. There's more documents. See Fritz, Gerald, Harold Stubbs. And this way he guaranteed the loan for that villa. So even though it was in a company name, he had guaranteed it. So see all the documents here. All right, person didn't go back. So let me take a quick thing on there. I'm gonna play. Oh, did I upload? Did I get uploaded? Oh my God, I want y'all to see that video badly. No man, y'all have to see this. Y'all have to see this. Oh, yeah, one of them didn't upload. That's crazy. Okay, while you're watching this, I'll try to upload the other one. So this is a lady who was living next to where they built the shanty town. And so I want you all to see what she had to say. This is a quick, brief one. Look at what she had to say about what she's going through. And then I want to show you what we discovered when we went into the shanty town. So we went in there. So whether we trespassing on private property? Yeah, probably. This is our country. And we got to take this back. So we went there, and I'm going to show you what we discovered when we got there. Listen, this country is for sale. We caught them with the fresh documents. But watch this. All right, Mom, you can introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. I'm Rosanna Mannings.
Okay, and what's happening here? What's the issue that you're having?
I'm having problems. Over the years, I've had problems with the people on the side of the wall throwing lots of garbage on the side here. And for years I've had that problem with them.
These are Haitian immigrants.
Yes, sir. And I have been asking them to discontinue all the feces and everything and all the garbage they've been throwing here. But I was able to go to environmental health. I went to environmental health, and the lady at environmental health told me that I need to build a wall high enough that they won't be able to throw anything over. I built a wall high. I still had the same problems with them. Only recently, during COVID, it stopped. Plus, it stopped a little. And the man here, he sells fish, and I've had problems with him throwing fish bones and fish over anything, any type of seafood what he want to throw over. I've had that.
So you built this high wall,
Yes, sir.
and then they started building off the wall.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So these
sir.
little roofs that we see in right there, that's they just use your wall like a wall to build off of.
Yes, sir.
So you actually help them.
Yes, sir. And they only need to put holes there and come right in. Now, even though I have the wall there, they gotta stay they living onto my wall.
Wow. And the government hasn't given you any kind of help.
No, the government never gave me any kind of help. I went to
So-
environmental health, and they told me that the lady who owned the properties here, well, her nephew, Matthew, he was responsible for the maintenance and installation and everything what happened over there. So he was telling people what to do. Everyone who came over there to pay rent, he was telling them to throw garbage and stuff like that. Because this property right over here, they never throw no garbage over there.
Mm-hmm.
And that right
So
across
this
the
used to
road.
be Crown Land.
Their property.
Mm-hmm.
Their property was Crown Land. I bought this piece of property from my
Right.
father.
And so that was Crown Land.
Yes, sir.
And now Haitian immigrants living on it.
But yes, but they were always living there. The Macho, when I came here, Macho was living there, and the lady was living there.
Wow.
The Haitians were always there. They were bathing naked in the yard, and I complained about it. And they told me to build a wall.
You have kids?
Yes, sir, I have kids.
And they was bathing naked and you have kids?
Yes, I do.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I had 2 small kids here. I had to leave them home and go to work. People throwing through the yard, doing whatever they want to do.
Mm. Were they aggressive with you?
Yes, they always were. In fact, they threatened me.
What?
And every time I come outside to beat, I have a problem with them, even right now. When I come outside to beat, as a lady, it's hard to beat out here. When I come outside to beat, now I have all kind of problems with them.
Mm. So what kind of threats have been giving you?
They told me that I need to shut up. He stood on my wall and told me to shut up. He stood on the wall and told me to shut up. That's his wall, that's his side of the wall.
But you built a wall.
That's his side of the wall. And whatever you do over there is none of my business.
Mm.
Matthew, the gentleman in the red and white house, told him that we gonna finish what we plan to do. And his daughter Synovia told my son that if he put anything on Facebook, that he'll be walking and all you'll see is when his 2 eyes slide off his head.
Mm. Wow.
And him, he told me, Jeff told me that he is not the type of person who he was. Because if he was, I wouldn't be talking to him. I'm at a situation where I am tired of all of them. I'm tired of all the frustration. Environmental health did not assist me. I don't really believe I'm supposed to build all this building for them to get their crown land for free from the government. And now I still back at square one.
So they get Crown Land for free.
Free crown land.
Wow. Wow. But you had to pay for the property right next to
I
it.
had to pay for the property right next to it from my father. My father didn't give it to me for free.
Wow. Wow. All right, we're gonna address this. We just wanted to come here and see it with our own eyes,
Yes.
and we'll deal with this.
Yes,
All right. Wow. Wow. So, why is my screen looking like this? So I want to show you the shanty down on the other side of that. We're trying to upload it so it goes right into the system. This is freezing up for some reason. It's like we're under attack, man. All right. So what I have to do is I have to do it like this and play it. I'm sorry about that. Having to do it like this. I hope you get sound. So I'm going to play it from here. So this is Haitian village that we went on the other side of a wall. So they were there hanging out. Is the end of this that I really want you to see. Yeah, so that's us walking another yard in our country. Right. Maybe in the back. Mind if I look? Okay. What's that? It goes up there. That's it. That's a outhouse. No, outhouse. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I was trying to improve the sound. I'm sorry, I was trying to improve the sound here. Because I don't know if the sound was coming through. Yeah, that's only 12%. Hold on, let me mute that and get the sound over here. All right, sound should be better when we come back up. Let's see. Yeah. So This is what I really want you to see. Smell the letter now. I was trying to actually show you this, and I was trying to get some good sound out of that, but I wasn't getting any good sound out of that. So I'm going to end it there and just tell you what we saw, and then I'm just going to share that on social media. The guy had a brand new passport. The guy had a brand new passport, brand new, brand spanking new. Let me see how to upload with that, because I really wanted y'all to see that. He got his passport in November of 2022, and he got his work permit in December of 2022, and he came to the Bahamas in December of 2022. Now here's where the problem that comes in, y'all. How do you get a passport in Haiti when there's no government, operational government right now? How do you get that? I don't know. Someone could help me with that? I don't know where you go in Haiti right now. If you go in the streets, you're getting kidnapped, etc. How do you get a passport in Haiti right now? And the government is operational. I'm going to share that to all of you. The next problem is you got your you need your passport to get your work permit. You got a work permit in a couple of weeks. How's that possible? Who do you know? You live in Brave House too, eh? Or in Brave Cottage. You got some serious connections. This is where the problem comes in. And we got the name, we got his work permit and the name of the Bahamian company that applied for him. The problem is, and he applied as a handyman, a job any Bahamian could do. The problem with that is, you're supposed to advertise in the paper first, several times. And then when that fails, then you can start the process to get to apply. So how did you just get your passport in November, your work permit in December, when you would have had to go through a process? That means they selling the work permits, and that was a work permit for sale. I'm going to send that video to immigration so that they could process this. Immigration closed right now, otherwise I would get on the phone and call them right now. How is that possible? They are selling visas and work permits in this country like crazy. And that's what is happening. They're making this big money, y'all. Phone line open again. You can call in. Phone line is open again. You can call. I know I rejected a couple of your calls while I was trying to play that. I really wanted y'all to see the end of that so y'all could see. Listen, the passport was new and crisp. You could smell the newness on it. The same thing with his work permit. But how is that possible to within a space of 2-3 weeks to get a work permit? 2-3 weeks after getting your passport to get a work permit. How? They are selling this country out. And they've been selling work permits so that when they do the raids, they can say, oh, well, these people got work permit. I asked him who he worked for. He don't even know who he worked for. In fact, he ain't really working. He just got that work permit so he could be here. He couldn't say who he worked for. It's written down right on it, but he couldn't say. Brave Davis administration is selling work permits like candy. That video right there is proof. I'm going to send it out on WhatsApp in the groups. I'm going to send it on Facebook so that people can see. How is that even possible? I went in court today. It was very shocking. Not today, yesterday. We had court for, remember when we got locked up in Parliament? So we had court for that, right? And what was interesting was the case before us. 2 fellas was locked up for being in possession of an immigration stamp right in court while we were in there. 2 men were locked up for being in possession of an immigration stamp. Now, one of the men said he lived there in the house where the police found it. But they say the other fellow was, who lived in the house, was locked up already. He was in jail. He was locked up, I guess, for same immigration fraud type stuff. And when they came in the house again to search, I guess, they found in a pants pocket his immigration stamp. You see how slack this country is? Do you see why we need to close our borders? Because all kind of fraud is going on. And they're selling us out through fraud. While Brave Davis and the crew is making billions of dollars. Y'all call me, man. Talk to me. 804-4264, the number on the screen. 804-4264. Talk to me. Fraud. So the fella said, the other fellow was in the house at it. So she was gonna, well, not she, the magistrate was gonna remand them to the prison. It's like, man, magistrate, no, yeah, they changed their plea and whatever. And one got a fine and one got let go. One got a fine of $500 and one got let go. Pretty much how much money he made from that stamp. I can tell you why he had the stamp in a minute. Good afternoon, you're live.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bain. Good night. How you doing?
I'm awesome. How you doing?
Man, I'm great, man. Mr. Bain, I pray that all the Bahamian people then will arise and stop joking around, man. We have a serious problem in this country, and I hope and I wish that they could really see what's going on behind the picture. You know, I had a dream right before the election. I saw the Bahamian people was running down to the bush, right out to the east. I mean, running through the bush, hollering and screaming. And the police officers then was trying to catch these people. And I was wondering why. And some of the police officers know some of the people. So I said, they probably the Bahamian police officers. And when I look over to the east, or to the sea, because it was right over by the sea, to the eastern point, I saw these big loads of boats coming right in. Mr. Bain, we're in trouble. And the only thing I am afraid of, honestly, plenty of us can get catch off of God. Plenty of people can get catch off of God. And I applaud you for what you're doing. And every time you are there, I try to be there because I know what you're working, what you're trying to achieve, and the Bahamian people don't realize. But you know they can wait on till the time comes. God forbid, when they start to get wine out of their houses and get the doors break down and get chopped up and different things. And this is coming, and I am, and these people have answered, we don't. So that's the dangerous part. And I understand exactly what you're saying. Like sometimes I go on YouTube and I watch the videos like in Jamaica and Haiti and different things of the crime and the different things going on. And I say, boy, every time I listen to you, our children ain't ready for it. Honestly.
Nope.
Honestly. And where I am living, man, I see these new guys. I mean, I don't know where they come from. All sorts of young men. I look on the streets, they outnumber, and sometimes of certain time of the day or in the evening, they outnumber in Bahamians who are not or are on the street at the time.
Wow.
Bahamians, you all need to wake up, stop playing. When Mr. Bain called for a clarion call or whatever, they're saying about PLP. Listen to me. In my lifetime, I am going to be 58 Gospel Life this year. I voted for PLP. I voted for FNM. I voted for PLP. I voted for FNM. Last election, I voted for the coalition. You know why? Because I want to see change in this country. But when I get to realize that these guys were shucking and jiving and pulling the wool over our head, making us think that, they were two different parties of two different ideas, really trying to look for the Bahamian people. But when I get to realize, as Mr. Bain try to open up our eyes, I get to realize that, hey, these guys ain't looking out for us. That's why we can't get no change in this country. They looking out for their own people. That's why we can't get no change. Bahamians, y'all better rise up, or plenty of y'all can die. I don't care what they say, but Mr. Bain spreading a bunch of propaganda, and he trying to cause violence and different things. It ain't about that. It ain't about that. Bahamians, wake up.
Yeah.
Or you all can die and your children can die. God forbid, I hate to say it, but Mr. Bain, be encouraged.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Our hands are empty and theirs are full. And these guys ain't afraid, buddy.
No.
Listen to me. Let me say this last thing before I go. I was to Aqua the other day. I was purchasing some water and the guy was up on the little step. And man, when that guy turned around, he looked me with one look in my face, man, like he didn't want to kill me. This was a Haitian guy. Man, listen to me. I said, well, mighty God, what is going on in this country? The guy looked at me like, man, I ain't doing nothing, I don't know what he see in my face or whatever. Man, listen to me. Oh, my God. Listen to me. Mr. Bain, I'm praying for you and your team and the Bahamian people, but the Bahamian people need to get up off of their lazy skin, get up off of the Facebook and come out. Let's fight while we have time.
Thank you, man.
Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, you're live. Good afternoon, you're live.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good evening. Yes.
Hey, good afternoon. In the back of Super Value on Blue Hill Road, right on the corner of First Street and Pontiana Avenue, there's a two-story building right there, and a nice car garage with a pull gate. A lot of Haitians live there. It's like a nice little Haitian community right behind Super Value on Blue Hill Road. And not only that, right across the street from the Pratt Park. But here's the situation. At all of the Super Value stores, how many cashiers and packers and managers are Haitian immigrants in our country? Even the hackers officers in the front of the stores. And I believe that some of those officers are soldiers waiting on the call to walk in those stores and take those stores over, and the Bahamians cannot get any food. All of our warehouses, Belgians, ACH Purchasing, and Lightborn Trading, and all of them, Haitian workers, Bahamas, you all better wake up and see what's happening. They will be controlling our food supplies, water supplies. When you think about Echo Bahamas and Pure Water, who do you think one of those companies?
Yeah.
Think Bahamians are running those companies?
Wow.
Bahamas, they are everywhere. And I also believe, I don't have to stand on facts, but I also believe that you go to a business and applying for a job or whatever, that come across a Haitian desk, that application going in the garbage, that can be thrown out.
Yeah.
Bahamas, we are under attack even right now. And the Bahamians are still talking, oh, I the PLP, I there, and I might die, a PLP, I'll die. And for what? What have they done for us? What have they done for us? Here it is, Lincoln Bahamians fight country while people fight for party. We will not have a country. We will not have a country soon if we don't all stand and band together. We must band together, Bahamas. Bahamas, Monday passed, Haitian, an illegal young Haitian national slammed me in my face a half a block was slamming into my face. It isn't that he held the block, half a block, and I turn around and he slammed me with it. When I turn around, he threw it. He threw it with all of his might and bust the side of my head open. Bahamas, this ain't no game. And then he slammed me with it. And all the blood came shooting out and everything, and I held my face. He danced around like a bird, like, oh, I got him good, and then off running. They are among us.
Yeah.
They are among us right now in this country.
Yeah.
See, it happened to me personally. So I even know the danger that we have among us.
Yeah.
Do I walk in fair? No, I don't walk in fair. You know, this is a God-given country to us. And our grandparents and great-grandparents prayed for us over the years. You know, that we covered in the blood of Jesus. But faith without works is dead.
Dead.
Bahamas, we need to stand up together.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you, man. I just want to show you, I saw some other people call in, but I want to show you this video.
Illegal migration was also discussed during a meeting Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis had with United States President Kamala Harris today. The White House issuing a statement earlier this afternoon that Vice President Harris congratulated the Bahamas on assuming the chair of the Caribbean community and reaffirmed the U.S. commitment to strengthen its partnership with the nations and people of the Caribbean. Vice President Harris also highlighted efforts through the U.S. Caribbean Partnership to address the Climate Crisis 2030 to help address energy security, the effects of climate change, and other challenges facing the region. The White House also pointed out that Prime Minister Davis and Vice President Harris discussed the ongoing situation in Haiti, and the Vice President thanked Prime Minister Davis for the Bahamas' cooperation on migration. Crossing over.
Did you see how that ended? She thanked the Bahamas for our cooperation on immigration, for letting these people come in and take over our country. Y'all better wake up. Gonna go to the phone line. Good evening, hello.
Good evening, Lincoln.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Okay, I am one of those Bahamians who no longer want to talk about what's happening there, and everywhere. Right? I want to know what the plan is.
Mm-hmm.
The action plan. Enough talk.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everybody want to see the video. Everybody want to hear about the shanty town here, shanty town there. They doing this here, doing it. What is the plan of action? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is that you say, and you need to tell us.
Yes.
Okay? Let us know. Because I
All
don't
right.
want to hear about it anymore. I want to know what to do.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, see you. I'm with her 100% on that. Tired talking, but Bahamians have decided to take a stand. As simple as that. We're taking this to the government. Good afternoon, you're live. Good afternoon, you're live. Reconnecting, he called me on WhatsApp, and they are not getting good connection. So I guess you can call back. She's right. We are taking this to the streets. We gave our demand to the government, and we're going to do what we have to do. So whether you want to see change will determine what happens. It's simple as that. All right. And so I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be fighting, and I'm going to be doing what I have to do. So that's it. So I think we've done 2 hours. Yep, we've done 2 hours. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we can do for tonight. There's so much more to talk about. I'll be back on Sunday at 5 p.m. But stay tuned. There's a lot of action that's going to be happening in short order. Stay tuned. We have a lot more announcements that's going to be coming. Someone says we need a revolution. Well, I'll tell you this: revolution is here. Revolution is here. It has already begun. We're going to try this call one more time, and then we'll get out of here. Good afternoon. You're live.
Good afternoon. Good night, Lincoln. How you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. I just got a question, right? Don't America have intelligence in every country in the world, almost every country in the world?
They do.
Okay. My question is this. I know that they have an embassy here in the Bahamas, right? And I know their ears are to the ground on whatever goes on in this country, for the protection of their citizens and their interests, right?
Yes.
My question is this. Why? I surely know what's going on with the illegal passports and all of that, right? And these migrants are getting straight with these passports to travel to their country. Why aren't they stopping them at their borders? That's what I want to know. Why aren't they stopping them? If they know what's going on and you're revealing all this information, why are they complicit?
Right now, it seems that the first world countries is trying to get some relief for themselves by causing the leaders of countries like ours to accept these immigrants instead of them coming to America. That's what seems to be happening.
But they're coming to their borders with the passports, the fake passport. That's the destination.
Yeah.
Why aren't they stopping them?
Yeah. Well, the administration that's in power now is pro-immigration. The Trump administration was not. And so they are pro-immigration, and the Republicans are not. And so as long as this crew is in, we're going to have serious immigration problems. If it switches to Republican, then those problems, we'll get more assistance with dealing with it. Simple as that.
Thanks.
All right. So basically, Philip Brave Davis sold us out. And we got to fix this. If we stand up, we can get a change in government right away. If we stand up, we could force the government to put what we want to put in place right away. If we stand up. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for tonight. Like I said, I have a lot more documents that are there. So I'm going to wait for Keith Bell's response, and then I can finish him. So Keith Bell, whenever you're ready, open your mouth again. Keith Bell, if you is man, call my name in your mouth again. These wicked people who want this to happen, Louis Georges, the media, this government, they're going to try to spin everything to make it look like I'm lying about different things. They're only going to portray me in the media if they could do it from a negative light. It's the old trick. But Davis is not falling for that anymore. Share the message, share the live, screenshot, screen record parts that you think are legitimate and send it out there. This revolution is going to happen based on your participation, not me. This is happening from mouth to mouth. They can buy out the entire media, but there's a phenomenon happening on the ground. There's a ground swelling that's happening that they can't control. And that's you talking to your coworkers, to your family, to your friends. That is how this is going to work. They can silence the media. They can twist all of the stories that come to them. They even have the power to influence social media now. All right. Congress in the U.S. has been talking about that. Elon Musk has been sending out, information about Twitter and how they've been controlling the voices of activists, etc. And for people who are against him politically, this has been going on. You see my lives getting interfered with. You see audio or the video getting interfered with. You see stuff coming down. They're reducing the numbers, so you seem to not have as much influence. So even though you might have 10,000 views, it'll show you had 5,000 or 500. So they're doing these kinds of things to influence what's going on. This is reality. The change is going to come if we make this change come. All right, so I'm going to see you on Sunday at 5 o'clock with more. And someone call Keith Bell and tell him I dare him to call my name again. I got some more for him. Lincoln Bain never talks without information. But I want you all to notice that they're focusing on that one family. Remember, there's other buildings there. Why are they focusing on that one building and that one family? Remember, the woman was talking, asking us why we didn't go to the other building where the other Haitians are. She started snitching. Remember that? She said, why we didn't go? And I said, we're going to go there right now. There were 2 other buildings where we heard foreign voices. I heard some Cuban voices too. Sorry, Spanish voices too. But there's a lot going on over there. And that was the epicenter of a drug cartel. That is what that was. And Brave Davis and Co. was the one who was behind selling that. And it was used initially as a drug cartel epicenter. Ladies and gentlemen, change ain't coming, change is here. See you next time.